What's going on, man? It's Vash. I'm here to talk about Owari no Seraph, or Seraph of the End, episode 1, man. This episode, I loved it though, man. I thought it was well animated, and that music was in the background when they were escaping. I was just kind of like, holy shit! Like, I like that they using all this sort of like classical music. It was just the shit. I was just like, wow, listen to this music. It sounds so fucking awesome though, man. And yeah, it's brilliantly animated. I didn't know Funimation had it though. When I saw the end again, I was like, oh, okay. Funimation is going to stream this as they're doing the Stimulcast or whatever. I was like, wow, I didn't know that. I had no idea. I just saw it just now when it came on or whatever. You see the Funimation thing. I was like, wow, I didn't know that shit, you know. But for those of you that don't know, I own volumes 1 and 2 of Seraph of the End. And pretty much it was showcasing these two characters, you know what I'm saying? Yuichiro or Yu and Michaela or Mika. It was just showcasing these two for the most part because these two are essential to the plot line of the show or the manga or the series itself. You know what I'm saying? So basically what happens was a few years ago in their timeline, some virus kind of broke out and it's killing everybody. You know what I'm saying? But I think from the ages of 13 and under, you're safe. Those kids who are 13 and under didn't go through this death. They didn't go through this pain and agony that all the adults went through. You know what I'm saying? And they animated that shit like a motherfucker at the very beginning. Like at the very beginning, you see all the people just kind of walking like through downtown area, and that one guy just falls down. I was like, did he? And it's funny because the woman who he was with didn't even notice. You know what I'm saying? He just fucking falls down dead, and then she turns and she's like, what the hell? Then she falls down dead, then everyone falls down dead. The fucking truck driver was dead driving, and the fucking pilot in the airplane died in the plane crash. I was like, damn, that shit escalated very quickly. You know what I'm saying? Holy shit. And then that's when the vampires come on, and they just kind of say, hey, like, as the third progenitor, you know what I'm saying, we are going to take care of the kids who are, you know, the 13 and under age. We're going to take care of them because the human race is doomed to perish. It's doomed to fuck himself because of this virus that is spread, and it's something that the humans have made. So we're going to take care of them. And they didn't show this in the anime. I'm assuming that they made this anime kind of with the hope or knowledge that some other people had read the manga, but they took them underground. Okay, like they didn't specifically say we're taking them underground, but they're underground. In the manga, you know what I'm saying, the Hayakuya laboratory is underground. You know what I'm saying? So just want to give you some background on that. You know what I'm saying? It's underground. But we see that it's 4 years later from the time from the breakout to, well, I'm gonna say the current timeline, but the most important plot line within this episode. That's what I'm gonna say, because the current timeline, Yu is 16. So, but when the series first starts off, you see all the orphans kind of running through the town. They were 8. Then it's 4 years later, so now they're 12. Okay, and they live in the underground prefecture or whatever, and they are treated as livestock in this world. They're treated just like cattle for the most part. They just kind of are, you know how like with cattle, you just kind of see it just out, just eating grass. You know what I'm saying? Just wild animals, just taken care of in order to be sent to slaughter to eat, pretty much. And that's how the kids are. They're just kind of taken care of just enough so that they'll live, but not enough so as to like enjoy a meal, you know, because they're pretty much drinking all these milk packs and all this sort of stuff. You know, it's these supplement packs or whatever. And Yu, the black-haired one with the green eyes, Yuichiro Hayakuya, he does not like living in this environment whatsoever. He hates vampires. He wants to kill them, but no human strength can match vampire strength. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really do anything about it. And Michaela, or Mika, is the smarter one of the two, the blonde hair. He's the smarter one of the two, and what he does is he tries to use his brain to get out of the situation, you know. And there's one scene that I don't remember happening in the manga, and the manga is right here, so I can actually look that shit up, but I don't think it happened. I damn sure remember reading that part. Okay, there was a scene in the anime where there's just two regular vampires walking after Yu and Michaela give up their blood or whatever at that in that facility or whatever. There's these two vampires who are walking, and there are these two kids that are drawing on the street in chalk or whatever, and they step on the kid's hands and just keep walking. And Yu goes over there, he's like, hey, apologize. You know, I'm gonna kick your asses. Go over there and apologize. And the one vampire was about to throw you off of a fucking bridge or whatever, but then Fedit showed up. The I think he's the 7th progenitor, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's number 7. He's a noble vampire. He shows up, and the original vampire who was gonna throw you off of the bridge, he stops and he turns his attention towards Ferret. But yeah, I don't remember that scene happening in the manga. In the manga, Ferret just kind of showed up out of nowhere because you was talking a lot of shit, and like, how you gonna kill these bloodsuckers? And Miko was just kind of like, hey, shut the fuck up. I'm saying, we amongst them, shut the fuck up. You know? So yeah, I don't remember that particular hand stepping scene happening, but you know, I thought it was still done brilliantly to show the lack of care that the vampires have for the children. You know, I thought it was cool. And then Ferret comes up to Mika. He's just like, hey, you coming over to the mansion tonight? And it turns out that Mika has been giving his blood to Noble Ferret so that he can be able to provide better food and living conditions for his family. You know, all the orphans of the Hayakuya. I think I'm saying that wrong. I think in the anime they say Hayakuya. But I've just come to say Hayakuya, so I just can't change my, you know, pronunciation of it right now. I'm sorry. But yeah. He gives his blood up to provide better living conditions for his family, pretty much. And you know, Yu was pissed off about that shit. You know, he doesn't really know that Mika is giving up the blood for better conditions, but you know, i.e. the curry that they eat later on that night. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't like that Mika is so willing and so accepting of what's going on in this vampire world. He doesn't like that shit, like, whatsoever. Not whatsoever. He doesn't like that shit. You know? And he goes back home. Well, at first he's kind of brooding on this, like, overpass or something. And then Akane comes up to him, and she's talking to him, and, you know, she's talking about, you know, how things are and all that stuff. And then she leaves. And then Yu goes home, and they have a curry. And he was like, how the fuck did you manage to get some curry? And then just when Akane told him, Mika brought it. So that's when you figured out that Mika has been giving up his blood so that they can be able to have better living conditions. And then when Mika comes home, you was just like, hey man, don't take on this burden all by yourself, because Mika and you are the 2 oldest ones there. I think she's like 2 years younger than them, or you're younger than them, I think. But Mika and you are the 2 oldest there. They're 12 years old in that particular timeline of the anime. They're 12 years old, so they are looked at as the, you know, guidance and all that sort of stuff, you know. And Yu says, I'll give him my blood next time. You can't take this on by yourself. And Mika just like, no, don't do that, because the kids really listen to your words when you say that you're going to kill the vampires, that you're going to kick their asses. They listen to you. They look up to that because they need some symbol of hope, some beacon of hope. So if you stop saying that and stop being who you are, then their beacon of hope is going to be gone. It's like, yeah, that's cool. And then they go downstairs, have their curry, and that's when Mika pulls out the gun and the map, and he shows them to you, and he's like, hey man, we getting the fuck out of here. We getting the fuck out of here. You know, I'm really tripping though, man. Like, it looks exactly like how it did in the anime. I'm sorry, but he's like, we getting out of here. You know. And they wake up the other orphans, all the family, and they leave or whatever. And then they get caught, of course. You know, as they're making their way out, right by the door, Ferret shows up, and he just fucking slaughters them all. He just fucking kills everyone. The last 2 standing are Mika and Yu. And then Mika takes the gun from Yu, and he charges after Ferret, and then Ferret fucking impales him through the chest. And Mika's still conscious enough to fucking pull the gun out to try to shoot him in the face. But then Ferret slices Mika's fucking arm off, and the gun goes flying. Yu picks that motherfucker up, runs right towards Ferret, and he just like, shit, boom, shoots him in the fucking head. But at this point, all the orphans are dead. Michaela is still conscious. Mika's still conscious. But it's obvious, you know what I'm saying, that he will not make it because of the wound that he had, losing an arm, has a big fucking hole in his chest, and he's telling Yu to leave. He's like, hey, get the fuck out of here, man. Don't let our sacrifices be in vain. Get the fuck out of here, man. You gonna make it out. Get out of here. And Yu was like, fuck no, I can't leave you guys, man. You're my family, man. We finally gonna make it out of here together. I can't leave y'all. Y'all my family. But after, you know, just being relentlessly told to leave by Mika, Yu leaves. He runs out. And then, you know, that's it. He just kind of leaves. Which was sad as fuck, you know, so I was really sad about that shit, you know, because as Mika is passing out, he just kind of like, wow, that's the first time he ever called us family. And then that's it. He's crying, and they leave. And then Yu is still running down the tunnel, and he leaves. Now, this is just me being an asshole. What actually stops the vampires from running up there? It's not like Yu was fast as shit. There were two vampires who were kind of like walking towards that direction, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, but what stopped them from just kind of, you know? Because we saw how fast Ferret was. I don't know if it's just something that a noble can do, but we saw how fast it was. So I was kind of like, wow, like why wouldn't they just kind of jettison up there, you know? But then as Yu goes up, or whatever, he kind of has an overlook of the city, and this was done slightly different too. You know, I wish they had kept. It might be in episode 2 when they kind of just reveal everything that's happening. But in the manga, let me see if I can find it actually on the paper. In the manga, when he goes up there, when he finally gets up to the top, he just kind of like, I thought they said there wasn't any people left. And then Guden, who is the guy who he sees when he first comes up, he is kind of like, oh, that's what they told you. Oh, no, kid, like, humanity is fine. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's what they told you, huh? No, it's fine. Everything's fine. And you see it, the city is like sort of rebuilt or whatever. So I wish they had kind of kept that in there, but they might show it in episode 2. It might just be the spacing is different. But that guy, he is the like a general of the Demon Imperial Army, the Imperial Demon Army. And yeah, he says, like the prophecy said, you know what I'm saying, one of the experiments from the Hayakuya laboratories is going to come out, and we're going to use him to defeat the vampires. So Yu has been chosen to be a part of this army to help in the fight, the crusade against the vampires. And yeah, man, then we get another time skip, and it's 4 years later. So now he's 16 years old. Obviously, the lie perpetuated by the vampires that everybody was gonna fucking die has not come true, because Yu is now 16, still living up there, and he's fine. And Guden is probably about in his, I must say, early 30s, and he's still alive. So yeah, that shit just ended up being complete bullshit that the vampire said for the most part. Yeah, and that's how the episode ends, man. But the music that they played in the background when they were escaping, my dude, I was just like, holy shit. I don't know what that music was. I don't know if that was like a real piece or they just made that for the anime, but that shit fits so fucking well. And I also like that the ending was just nothing. It was just literally a black screen, title credits coming down, and then some more music playing. I was just like, yeah, it gives it a more movie-esque sort of feel. I'm just like, yeah, I fucks with that. I fucks with that. I like that. But I right now, man, I'm just overly hyped for this though, man, because I'm a huge fan of Seraph of the End, or why they don't set it. I'm a huge fan of it. I fucking love it. You know what I'm saying? I love the characters. I love Yu. I love Guden. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna spoil any other characters, you know what I'm saying, as of now, because I read the manga, so I'm just gotta wait for the anime to get to that point. I fucking love it. You know, I fucking loved it. You know, I think it's amazing. You know, but let me know what you guys think about all this stuff that I'm talking about, though, man. Let me know how you feel about the music and all that sort of stuff. Let me know how you feel about the animation, because I think the animation was fucking amazing. You know, but let me know what you think about all this stuff I'm talking about, though, man. Bash, peace.